Imagine you've turned on the morning news and discovered that an army of robots have self-assembled and are now making demands on national leaders. Or you check Twitter and see it's exploded with news that a genetically engineered virus was mistakenly let loose from a biotech lab and is now infecting millions of people. Sounds like something from a Hollywood flick or a sci-fi novel, right? But actually, researchers at Cambridge University's Center for the Study of Existential Risk are investigating the likelihood of these kinds of doomsday scenarios becoming a reality. Their core question is, could our own inventions make us not just obsolete, but eradicate us entirely?
Obviously, there are risks connected with effects on the environment, runaway disasters there. There are risks in computer networks breaking down. There are other risks from potential new technology. And of course, there's a continuing risk of some kind of nuclear catastrophe. So all these things are possible. And one thing we'll certainly do is to get a group of scientists crossing all fields together and have them to brainstorm.
Researchers at the center will focus on 4 key areas that could pose the greatest risk to humans in the future. They are nuclear, cyber, biological, and environmental threats.
It's valuable in its own right to try and have as complete a list as possible of threats, including even the crazy ones, so that as evidence comes in, you adjust your betting odds against the different ones and decide which are serious and which are not.
Never before in the Earth's history has the threat of man-made catastrophes been equal to natural ones. And while we know that we can survive earthquakes and tsunamis, we don't have any real experience surviving these human-induced doomsday situations.
The human impact on the biosphere and on the climate is for the first time substantial. And we are threatened by small groups empowered by very powerful technology. And so this is the first century when one species, namely ours, will determine the future of the planet.
So, are any of these scenarios, like an explosion of super germs or a takeover of artificial intelligence, overhyped?
We worry far too much about plane crashes and things like that. We expend far too little worry on these other less familiar threats. I think it's important to bear in mind that the fact that something is unfamiliar doesn't mean it's improbable.
So in other words, don't sweat the small stuff, especially when a robot apocalypse could be on the horizon. We'll be keeping an eye on the Center's work as they draw the line between science fiction and science fact. In the meantime, tell us what you think. Will technology be to humans what the asteroid was to the dinosaurs?